What's up everyone, and welcome back to the episode breakdown. My name is Oliver. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and punch the notification bell. This is the only way to make sure you get every single breakdown. Don't miss a thing. Let's build this awesome community together. Strap in because we are diving deep into the second episode of Alien Earth, Mr. October. This episode is a masterclass in tension, corporate evil, and some seriously close calls. Let's break this nightmare down. Before we start, this breakdown is going to be full of spoilers. If you haven't seen it yet, hit pause, go watch it, and then come back. The episode kicks off right where we left off, aboard the crashed USS Maginot. Joe, also known as Hermit, alongside teammates Siberian and Rashidi, ventures deeper into the derelict ship's labyrinthine corridors. Their flashlights cut through the gloom, revealing airy, blood-smeared walls and shattered equipment. The trio stumbles upon the ship's medbay, a scene of grisly discoveries: shattered cryogenic pods, mutilated crew remains, and cryptic data logs hinting at classified experiments. They make some horrifying discoveries: a woman who appears to have suffocated in a bizarre way, and a man on a surgical table with his stomach cut open. Hermit knows he had foreign bodies lining his GI tract, a classic and chilling sign for chest bursts for any Alien fan. This moment underscores the ship's dark history, as if the walls themselves hold secrets. It's clear this is where the outbreak truly began. But the real kicker isn't the gore, it's a tiny detail that has huge implications. They find a shattered vial labeled Project Hybrid. This is a massive nod to Weyland-Yutani's classic, unethical obsession with weaponizing the xenomorph. It's not just about containing the creature anymore, it's about who was trying to change it. This single label recontextualizes the entire crash. This wasn't an accident, it was a lab leak on a galactic scale. As they navigate the treacherous, crumbling stairwells of the wreckage, a xenomorph stalks them from the shadows. Meanwhile, on Neverland Research Island, the trillionaire leader of Prodigy, Boy Cavalier, discusses his hybrid program with Dame Sylvia. He reveals that his true motivation is not just to end death or create immortal consumers, but to win an intelligence race. He confesses,
"I want to talk to somebody smarter than me and debate with someone who blows my mind."
This scene establishes his arrogant and detached character. His god complex is staggering. Dame Sylvia serves as his ethical counterweight, expressing hope that this technology does more for humanity than just make consumers immortal. The scene deepens the show's central theme of what it means to be human and introduces Cavalier not as a visionary, but as a profoundly selfish and bored genius playing with lives for his own intellectual amusement. Joe, Siberian, and Rashidi compelled to press forward through the raging fires of the crash site. As they attempt to traverse a demolished staircase, requiring them to jump across a perilous gap, the xenomorph makes its first major appearance of the episode. Lurking in the shadows, it strikes, causing Joe to fall to a lower floor as he is the last one to jump.
Oh, shit.
He manages to evade the creature and hide in an elevator, where he attempts a desperate distress call. He describes the creature as approximately 8 feet tall and armored, but receives only static in response. This sequence establishes Joe as vulnerable and isolated, a human trapped in a claustrophobic nightmare, reminiscent of the franchise's roots. We then get a crucial flashback, reveals events from one day earlier. Joe, believing himself to be the last surviving member of his family, attempts to void the 7 months remaining on his Prodigy contract to finish medical school on Mars, fulfilling a promise to his late father. However, his sister Wendy, from her room on Neverland Island, is watching him via a live feed. Fearful of losing her chance to ever meet him again, she uses her innate ability to interface with technology to hack the HR robot Joe is speaking with. She briefly communicates him through an inside joke from Ice Age Continental Drift, a line only he would understand.
Space your furry what?
Before ultimately denying his request, trapping him on Earth. This act, born of love and loneliness, this act which stunned her Prodigy overseers, was driven by her fear of losing him forever and inadvertently led to him being in danger at the crash site. This explains why Wendy is so desperate to find him now. Wendy and the other Lost Boys, the group of child consciousness hybrids, arrive at the crash site. Wendy, with her superhuman senses, hears a strange buzzing and is single-minded in her mission to find Joe. Hears sounds others cannot, and immediately abandons the mission to find her brother after locating him on a security feed. Kirsch, on Cavalier's orders, sends Slightly to accompany her. Back to Neverland. The corporate conflict intensifies as Boyd Cavalier receives a call from Weyland-Yutani's CEO. Miss Yutani herself calls. She demands to return over ship and its cargo, but Cavalier, reveling in his power, refuses, claiming finders keepers and threatening legal action, stating that Yutani's arrival would be considered a hostile act. Claiming the Magino and its specimens are now Prodigy property since it crashed on their territory. Meanwhile, the other hybrids under the command of the enigmatic Curse explore the ship. Curse delivers a chilling motivational line. Fears for animals, and you are not animals.
Fears for animals. You are not animals. Now move.
They encounter a menagerie of alien life forms that the Magino was transporting. A strange plant, described as something that presents as flora, but may be fauna. The blood-sucking bugs, seen in the premiere, these grotesque insects are seen feeding on dead soldiers. And the tentacled eyeball, the standout, the new creature referred to as Species 64, which crossed out of the cranium of a zombified ship's cat and attacks the group before being trapped under a bucket. This sentient eyeball with octopus tentacles is highlighted by multiple reviews as a uniquely terrifying creation.
Back on the Maginot, Joe, now out of the elevator, teams up with another soldier. They knock on a door in the damaged skyscraper and stumble upon a surreal scene.
Hermit and a fellow soldier find a lavish apartment where a costume party is in full swing, with attendees dressed as 18th century French aristocracy. The host, arrogant and dismissive, refuses to believe their warnings, trusting that his close personal friend, Boyd Cavalier, would have alerted him.
Boyd Cavalier will call me personally. We belong to the same club.
In one of the episode's most violent sequences, the xenomorph, using its camouflage abilities to blend in with the apartment's abstract sculptures, launches a ferocious attack. The scene is a blood-soaked slaughter where the alien racks up around 20 kills in a matter of seconds, ripping through the partygoers in a display of visceral horror that multiple recaps describe as a highlight of the episode. The xenomorph corners Hermit. Just as the creature is about to finish off Hermit, the cyborg Morrow arrives. He tasers the xenomorph, but is suddenly stunned by Morrow, the cyborg security officer from the Magino. Morrow then also stuns Hermit and uses a specialized weapon to wrap the xenomorph in the web-like cocoon, carries it off, intending to deliver it to Weyland-Yutani, showing that he's on his own mission. However, his victory is short-lived. When confronted by other Prodigy soldiers, Morrow warns them, "I'm the least of your problems." Just then, the xenomorph breaks free from its cocoon and massacres the soldiers. In a crucial piece of foreshadowing, the xenomorph does not attack Morrow, likely because he's a cyborg and not fully human. This detail hints at a potential vulnerability or a different set of rules for the creature's behavior towards non-fully organic beings. Kirsch, who has been secretly jacking into the Magino's computers, discovers the location of the ship's primary cargo. Hermit awakens in the aftermath of the massacre, surrounded by dismembered bodies in the lavish apartment. In a moment of quiet contemplation, he finds a rare baseball sign by Reggie Jackson from the 1977 World Series. This artifact, which gives the episode its title, Mr. October, sends him into a reverie about his late father. His dad taught him that Mr. October was a name for a hero who shines when the world gives him one moment, a concept that may foreshadow Hermit's own role later. This is when Wendy and Slightly find him. When he says he was talking to his dad, her face lights up as she asks, "You talk to Dad?"
Talk to Dad?
The emotional reunion is complicated by Hermit's confusion. The reunion is cut short when Curse orders them to the front of the ship to secure the cargo. The reunion is awkward at first, but the excited childlike Slightly accidentally blurts out Wendy's secret.
Dude, don't you dare.
That's your sister.
She's your sister. Wendy, now going by her childhood name Joe, explains her situation and proves her identity by recounting specific intimate memories only his sister could know, such as a comment she made one Christmas morning about her big toe.
I still don't think my big toe looks like my thumb.
I still don't think my big toe looks like my thumb. Hermit eventually accepts the truth. This evidence overwhelms Joe and he finally embraces his sister, his head dropping onto her shoulder in a moment of profound relief and rediscovered connection. This scene is the emotional heart of the episode, grounding the sci-fi horror in a relatable human relationship. It's a uniquely tender and emotional scene for the Alien franchise. The reunited group follows Kurtz's orders to secure an area of the ship containing a patch of alien eggs. They find it, a chamber containing numerous alien eggs kept in stasis by a familiar blue energy field. They stand before the iconic pulsating eggs. One of the eggs begins to open near Hermit. The reunited siblings' joyous shortcut. From the shadows, the xenomorph lunges out, grabs Hermit, and drags him down into a hole in the wreckage. The episode ends on a dramatic cliffhanger as Wendy, determined not to lose her brother again, immediately gives chase. Without a second thought, Wendy tells Slightly,
Stay safe. Guard the omelet.
to stay safe, guard the omelet, a fantastic character-revealing line, and leaps into the wreckage after her brother.
The episode ends with a perfect body horror tinged, and that's the full spoiler-filled breakdown of Mr. October. This episode masterfully ramped up the action and horror while delivering a powerful emotional core with Wendy and Herman's reunion. It left us with so many questions. Can Wendy save Joe? What is Morrow's true agenda? And just how many different alien species were on that ship? What did you think of the episode? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Episode Breakdown for more recaps and analysis. Thanks for watching.